Two patients, seriously ill, occupied the same room in a hospital one day. One of the patients was allowed to stand for 1 hour every single day to drain the fluids from his lungs. The other patient sadly was not able to stand. This patient's bed was next to the only window of the room. The other patient was not allowed to stand, and he spent all of his time on his back. The two men spent all of the time talking about their friendships, their families, their schools, their lives, all the stories that they can reminisce about. Every afternoon, when the patient stands to drain the fluids, he spends the time describing what's going on outside the window to his roommate patient. The other patient found happiness by the description and the picturesque of the scene outside the window that his roommate described to him every afternoon. He described to his roommate the shape of trees outside and the playing of children and the parades and the lovers who walk hand in hand, in addition to the blue sky and the scenery of the clouds coming and passing by the window. These kind of sceneries made the day for the patient who is only allowed to stay flat on his back. The patient standing by the window portrayed the scene with his descriptive words. One morning, the nurse came to check on them in the early morning and bring water to their bath, only to find that the patient by the window has died. The other patient was saddened by this terrible news. And later, when he found that it was appropriate to ask, he asked the nurse to move his bed next to the window. The nurse was happy for this request, and she fulfilled it to the patient. Slowly and painfully, the patient propped up to have a look outside this only window of this hospital. He was shocked to see a blank wall when he looked outside of the window. When the nurse came back, he asked her, "Why do you think my roommate did this to me?" The nurse responded, "Your roommate was blind. He couldn't see anything. And probably he did that because he wanted to make you happy." The moral of the lesson is shared grief is half the sorrow. We feel more happy in making other people's happy, based on the scientific research that the money that you spend to help other people will make you happier than the money that you spend to buy new possessions for you. If you want to really feel rich, you should count the things that money cannot buy, such as your vision and your other senses. And remember, today is a gift. That's why it's called the present. Thank you very much.